before we talk about the actual event itself that starts on February 28th, the Orchid Society of the Ozarks. Tell me what you guys do and who is your membership made of, and what do you all do to promote the plant?
Well, we're the Orchid Society of the Ozarks, and we have members from this area as well as Tulsa and Southwest Missouri. And we are just a group of people who really appreciate orchids. Um, the society started in 1996. I was not a member then. I joined about 8.5 years ago. But it's just a group of people who just love orchids, and so we meet just about every month, and we sometimes have a guest speaker, and we bring our flowering plants to the meeting, and there's local judging going on at that time, and you might get a ribbon. We have a raffle for a few orchid plants. We just have a good time discussing orchids. There are about 40 members right now. We expect that number to grow.
Is this something that not a lot of people know how to grow, number one, and number two, the different varieties are just they're just countless, it seems.
Right. There are about 30,000 species of orchids, which is more than any other plant in the world. Um, that's one thing that I find very intriguing. As far as how to grow them, it's all over the board. Some are simple to grow, like the ones you find in the grocery stores and other places, local stores. Um, those are Phalaenopsis, and as long as you don't overwater them, overwatering is probably the biggest killer of orchids. They're going to be easier to grow. And then there are some that are a real challenge. I've tried and I have not been successful with some of them, but I love the challenge.
Is that a situation in our environment in Northwest Arkansas in the River Valley? There's only a certain kind of species that grows here.
No, I wouldn't say that it's where we are. Um, it's the orchid itself. So, for instance, a lot of the people in the Orchid Society have greenhouses, so they can pretty much mimic what is necessary for the orchids to grow. I do not have a greenhouse, so all of my orchids are on the windowsill. So I have about 60. And so for me to grow certain orchids, there's one in Ecuador called the Dracula orchid. I love the name, but and it's a very pretty orchid, and it's just very difficult to grow. I've tried once. I will try again, but I haven't tried since.
The show itself, February 28th to March 2nd, what'll be happening those days?
All right. So on February 28th, the doors will open to the public at 5 o'clock. It'll be 5 till 7:30. Anyone is welcome. It costs $5 to get in. And we will have maybe 10 different exhibits from the area, including Tulsa, Kansas City, um, I believe Memphis, and other exhibits from Arkansas. Those will be judged earlier that day by professional judges. So if you want to come and just see beautiful orchids, just gorgeous. I mean, every time this thing happens, I'm always stunned by how gorgeous they are. We will also have tables set up with orchids to purchase, and they're reasonably priced, and it's all over the place as far as what types of orchids we have. Saturday we'll be there from 9 to 5. Sunday we'll be there from noon to 4. On Saturday, we're going to have 3 classes that everyone is welcome to take. As long as you come in the door and pay your $5, it doesn't cost anything more. There'll be a class on upcycled terrariums where you can take an old jar or a bottle and turn it into a terrarium. Then there will be another class on orchids for beginners, and then another one, advanced orchids, people who are more into it and they've done it before. The new thing this year is that we are now at the Pauline Whitaker Animal Science Center on the University of Arkansas campus. It's north of the main campus, but it's off of Garland, right across from Agri Park, probably about a mile south of the interstate.
It's good to hear that you will have classes for those of us who have brown thumbs that may not know exactly what we're doing.
It sounds like me.
But that's a good thing to have, though, in that you want to get more people interested in this.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of people don't realize that we exist as a society, and yet they grow orchids. And we hope to get the word out that they are welcome to come to one of our meetings, come to all of our meetings, join the society. It's only $10 a year for one person. And it's just fun to have that common interest, and you learn so much.
Tim, I appreciate your time. Have a great weekend on that weekend. It sounds like, and I hope a lot of folks come out to it.
We do too. Thank you so much, Daren.